What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So we're going to take a look and listen to Senator Coons. He's going to be talking about how to move forward when it comes to Build Back Better, the voting rights bill. There's a short little clip that I want to play, and I want to talk about this because I think it's very, very important that we understand the new message that's being sent. And so we're going to take a look at that. And then I want to take a look at the NBC poll that was just released. This is not good news when it comes to the American people and how they feel about government. So we're going to take a look at both of those things. But first off, on this channel, we talk about financial news and what's going on in Washington, D.C. If that sounds like something interesting to you, please subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell notification. That way you'll get notified anytime we put out a video. And like always, if you see my name and a picture of me in the comment section, make sure you see a check mark next to my name. That check mark signifies that it's me. If you do not see that check mark, it's not me. It's someone trying to impersonate me. Okay, so let's go right over and listen to Senator Coons. He's going to be talking about, actually, she's going to ask him a question about the censure of Senator Sinema, and then he's going to go off. He's not going to answer that question, but he's going to talk a little bit about the strat. Well, I won't even say he's going to talk about the strategy. We're going to hear the strategy from this point on when it comes to what's going on. So let's go and take a look. Here we go.
No, neither Senator Kyrsten Sinema nor Senator Joe Manchin supported changing the Senate filibuster rules to get voting rights passed nationally. Now the Arizona Democratic Party has censured Senator Sinema over this. Is that really appropriate? Is that helpful?
Well, Martha, what I hope your viewers get about what happened this last week in the Senate is that all 50 Democrats, including Senators Manchin and Sinema, voted for the John Lewis Voting Rights Restoration Act and for the Freedom to Vote Act, which would tackle this problem of voter suppression and voter subversion around the country, and none of the 50 Republicans in the Senate joined us. There are frustrations, of course, in the Democratic Party across the country, but the right to vote is foundational. It's not just foundational to the Democratic Party. It's one of the foundations of our democracy. We're going to keep trying. We're going to keep working at it. This was an important fight for us to show that sharp contrast between Democrats and Republicans this last week on the floor of the Senate. But more importantly, we need to keep working to make sure that every American can vote and vote safely and vote securely.
Okay, so I want to stop here, and I just wanted to show you that little portion there because you see the strategy now. The strategy is blame the Republicans. The Republicans aren't doing anything. They should have been doing this a long time ago. They should have really been addressing the fact that, look, we're trying to get this legislation through, but Republicans aren't helping us any. And calling Republicans out. Call out the minority leader, Mitch McConnell, and say, look, how do you feel about this bill? Or try to bring them to the table. Say, hey, we want to negotiate with you and see where that goes. But that's going to be the new strategy. But the problem that I see right now is the American people, the vast majority of the American people, they're not following this as closely as I am, and maybe you guys are. So they don't know that all they hear about is Senator Sinema and Senator Manchin. They're not hearing anything about the Republicans. And because they're not hearing about the Republicans, they're looking at Democrats and just saying, you know what, Democrats can't get along and they can't pass anything. So we're going to go with Republicans in the midterm because of that. And that's what Republicans are hoping. But when we're looking at this whole situation, Senator Sinema, Senator Manchin, that's all we hear about. We don't hear about Republicans that are in opposition to the voting rights bill, Republicans that are in opposition to Build Back Better, Republicans that are in opposition to the child tax credit. We're not hearing that. And so all we're thinking is the Democrats are the ones that can't get things together and they can't pass things. When the reality is, if they had some support, just some support from Republicans, they can get things done like the first infrastructure bill. They got that done bipartisan. You had some Republicans come over and vote for that first infrastructure bill. But now that we're looking at these new bills that they're trying to get through, there's no support at all from Republicans. And right now, the strategy is going to be where they're going to focus on, look, we have some division within the Democratic Party, but we also don't have any help from the Republicans. So we'll have to see how that plays out, but that's pretty much what we're looking at right now. Okay, so now I want to take a look at some of these polls. NBC just released these polls, and they're pretty shocking. So let's go ahead and take a look here. So the first part of the poll is 72% of Americans say the country is headed in the wrong direction. Now, they did a similar poll in October, and it was 71%. So it's still around the same. So it's not improving at all. We're still looking at a situation where the vast majority of the American people feel, or at least in this poll, feel that we're going in the wrong direction when it comes to our government and the economy and pandemic and all the stuff that's going on. Okay, now let's take a look at another poll here. Is your family income keeping up with the cost of living? Okay, this is NBC poll again. And we're looking at in January. So basically what they're doing is they're looking in 96, June 96. This is what they were showing here, 50%. 50% of the people say that they're falling behind. And then 38% of the people saying they're staying about even. And then 9% of the people say that it's growing faster. Now let's fast forward to January 2022. 61% of the people say that they feel like they're falling behind. 30% of the people feel that they're staying about even. And then 7% of the people feel like they're going up faster. Okay, so very, very interesting results here. Now let's take a look at another poll here. Can the nation come together? Now this is really, really shocking, right? So let's look. Back in May of 2010, 45% of the people said no. But the majority, or we'll say, well, in this poll, it would be the majority, 50% said yes, that they feel that the nation can come together. Okay, and this was during the Obama administration, right after we had that recession. And so that's good news for back in 2010, May 2010. But let's fast forward to January 2022. 70% of the people feel that our nation, we can't come together as a nation. And that is really, really shocking. And then you have 27% of the people that say, yes, we can come together as a nation. Okay, and let's look at this last poll here. Do you believe American democracy is threatened? And we have, and this is January 2022, 76% of the people feel that our democracy is threatened. That is crazy. And not sure, you see that little area there, and then 21% say no. So the vast majority of American people feel that our democracy is threatened. And I know I talk a lot about different things on this channel, and we talked about the financial stuff, the stimulus checks, the stimulus package. This is very, very important for us to focus on, because this is, if our democracy, if we have people that feel so strongly that our democracy is being threatened, that could be the end of democracy in this country. Okay, so it's very, very important that we pay attention to this and that we follow this, because I know we're talking about the economy, we're talking about the pandemic, we're talking about all these different issues that are happening, but this should really raise a red flag for a lot of people, because if the American people start feeling like this is not working, then what's the alternative? That's what we have to all think about. And so we are a superpower. We are a democracy. We are a role model for countries all over the world. And so we need to stick with our democracy and continue to have this democracy. But we also have to have the American people believing in our government. And if they're not, we're in a real bad situation. So I want to know what you guys think about this. Do you think our democracy is being threatened? Let me know down below. Please sound off, and I'm definitely going to read a lot of these comments, because I want to know how you guys are feeling about this. I probably will do a poll as well in the future, just to gauge the audience and see how you guys feel about it. And that's all I have for this video today. So please hit the like button on your way out, and also subscribe and hit the little bell notification. I have had some people that have reached out to me and let me know, you know what, I was subscribed to your channel before, I'm not subscribed now, I don't know what's going on. Sometimes YouTube will do this kind of a purge where you're subscribed to the channel and then they'll unsubscribe you for whatever reason. They think your account is not active anymore. I don't know. But just check that out. Check out and see if you're subscribed. If you are, thank you for your support. And then if you're not, please subscribe and hit that little bell. That way, anytime I post a video, I do daily videos. Anytime I post a video, you guys will be the first to know. All right, that's all I have for you guys. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later.